This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I'm here with Brett Weinstein of the BSW Real Estate Group at Madison and Company. Since 2012, they have assisted clients in all areas of real estate market, ensuring that the experience is worry-free and seamless. I'm here with the owner, Brett. Thanks so much for joining us here today. Let's start off a little bit about yourself. Quite honestly, real estate is something, a big passion for you now. You're an award-winning broker. We're talking about in the top 1% of producers here in Denver. Share with me a little bit how this got started for you. Quite a few awards you've made in a short period of time. Rookie of the Year, Round Table, that's quite a bit. Share with me how this all started.
I worked previously at an online university, and we were selling an education that didn't seem to help people. And when I left there, I felt like I wanted to do something tangible. And what's more tangible than helping people with homes? And so I took a step forward and started helping people with homes and buying and selling. And since then it kind of took off, and it's worked out really well.
Worked out really well, I would say so. In this market, Denver real estate market, it's fast-paced. Obviously, when it comes to people out there looking for a broker, a real estate professional, how important it is that they do their due diligence. This is a market that only the strong or the excellent really survive. What do you recommend for folks as they're out there seeking a professional?
Just use a dartboard. Just throw a pin into a dartboard. No, I think it is very, very important right now. It is. It's the hardest market in the country. We have the lowest inventory that we've ever had. It's consistently, January, it was the lowest that we've had on record ever since we started recording it. So having someone who actually understands the market, can help you with writing an offer, can help you with getting into homes quickly and efficiently is so important at this point. So really doing that due diligence and seeing someone who's had some success. It's so tempting to always use your friend, family member, whoever it is, but if they're just starting out in real estate, that's a really hard move in what is the fast-paced Denver market. So
absolutely. Your experience you have, even before real estate, in finance, you understand crossing your T's, dotting your I's, which is perfect for real estate because this is an industry where if you make a mistake, sometimes it can cost you thousands of dollars. Why is it important people go with someone that understands not only the changing market, but also the changing laws of Colorado?
It's the biggest transaction in their life. We're seeing 10% or 12% appreciation of these homes year over year. So understanding both the financial piece and the market is really important because this really does make an impact where, buying a house is basically like getting a third person in your house. If it's a couple, you're picking up a third person in your house who's working full time. We're seeing appreciation in a year of $30,000 and more. So just understanding all of that, the financing, the actual getting of the house, making sure that this is a really positive investment, it's so important right now.
Brett, let me ask this. Regardless of what side of the table that the consumer is on, you really have a team that is able to help them, be it buying or selling. You mentioned before that this is a unique time because of the inventory being so low, depending on what type of house people are out there. Let's talk a little bit, first of all, about somebody who's looking at selling their home. Why is this kind of a good time to be here in Denver?
It's a good time because over the last 4 years, we've seen average appreciation of over 39% across the Denver metro market, which means that if you're selling a home and you've lived in it for the last 2 to 4 years, in most of these homes, you're looking at $100,000, $200,000 of equity. And it's really just a wonderful time to be able to be a seller because that is such a huge cash inflow, especially if it's a primary residence where there's not a lot of tax implications, where you're actually getting this money and you're being able to utilize it. And it really changes people's lives dramatically. So it's scary because it's a crazy market, but to be able to sell in this market is it's a wonderful thing.
Excellent. If I'm someone out there is thinking about selling their home, they're getting ready to put a price on it. From that initial step of just pricing the home, why is it important that they speak with a professional, somebody who understands market analysis? Is it important that we put the right price on it from the get-go to make sure you're going to attract what you need?
There's an assumption out there right now that I'll put the $400,000 house, I'm going to price it at $500,000, I'm sure somebody's going to buy it. And we're really seeing the market punish people that are overpricing substantially. So instead of getting these huge multiple offers, the price is getting driven up and it's really working in the best favor of that seller. they're getting punished. And what could have been a $450,000 sale turns into a $425,000 sale. So, and that's a broad example, but the point of it is that you've got to make sure that you're marketing, that you're pricing, that you're doing everything really effectively to maximize the value on that sale. Again, it's the biggest investment in your life. And to miss on $10,000, $15,000, that's real cash when you're selling your house. That's not a loan. That's not fake money. This is actual money that you can use, and making sure that we maximize that it's really important.
Absolutely. You also mentioned being able to market the home. I mean, one of the reasons real estate is fast-paced, more than it was even 25 years ago, is because of technology. Share with me how you're able to utilize technology to be able to market this home, not only across Denver, but really across the entire nation for somebody who's looking at relocating here.
Absolutely. So we've got a lot of relocation platforms that we put it to. So Leverage is one that's across the entire nation, and we'd like to put all of our homes on there. And what that does is that allows all of the companies that have people that are relocating here or just general relocation to see that property. But it also goes on to all of the websites, our traditional Zillow, our Trulia, our Homes.com, our Realtor.com, AOL Real Estate, which still exists, funny enough. But getting it out there allows the entire world to see that home. So when we're putting it onto our sites, and the way that our team operates is that we broadcast it to the world. We want everyone to see this house because we want everyone to have the opportunity to purchase that house, because our job is to get the seller as many offers as we can and to get them the most money that we can. And so we really do leverage that technology and make sure that we're getting it out to the world.
That is excellent. I mean, what's great about technology is the fact that it can help you find a home, but it also can help you find a realtor. I mean, you're an award-winning realtor when it comes to reviews. You're awarded by Trulia as having many great reviews out there. Is it important for you to know that these people are understanding that this is a people business? It's more than just basically land and construction.
There's a lot of people out there right now that have started companies that is based on selling your house for the lowest commission possible or for the smallest amount possible. And what that does is it takes the human interaction out. And one of the biggest things that I think one of our reasons for our reviews and some of the success that we've had is that we really do try to care and take care of every single person that comes across into our lives, all of our clients. And missing that piece can really hurt people. And so it is a human-to-human interaction as opposed to just technology.
Others I can sell it for you at a low rate, yet at the same time, you're not building relationships. I mean, you guys have worked with repeat business this past year quite a bit, people who are relocating. If a person puts the right price on the market there, they market it correctly, obviously some offers are going to come in. This is kind of important to have a professional really at the table when it comes to negotiation. Creating win-win for both sides, is that something that your team was able to do?
Absolutely. I'd love to say that it's always win-win right now. It's tough because it's not win-win per se. So what we're looking for is the seller is generally going to come out winning. It's just that far into a seller's market. But for the buyer, we want them to be able to get the house that they want and make it as easy of a process. And the win is that they get the house. Sometimes the win isn't that they get it for the price that they want on the buy side, and that's just a piece of a huge seller's market and that lack of inventory. But we try to treat everyone as equal. We try to make sure that we're doing right by the general public, not just by our client, which means being honest up front and really working with everyone to make sure that we're maximizing the value for the seller when we're selling that property, but we're also being honest and not lying to buyers or taking advantage of people. We want to do right by all. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, as we shift to the buying side, someone who is looking to buy some real estate here in Denver, obviously we're all trying to get the best bang for our buck, but another thing that is very important is our time. Is technology really able to help us save time? You're not wasting time looking for something that doesn't fit your budget or what you're looking for. How important is that consultation on the front end, and is that where you really start the process of human interaction?
Absolutely. We bring people in and we sit down and talk to them. We like to go over their loans. We like to go over their wants and needs. We do a full buyer consultation because we really need to understand who that person is and what they're looking for. It's a hard market. We don't want to waste people's time and have them looking at things that just don't make sense. So it is really important to do the buyer consultation to really get to know the person and get to know what their wants, needs, desires, how we can make this best work for them on that buy side.
Let me ask you this. Obviously, with technology, you're also able to take what you learn at the consultation, what these people are looking for, and save them a lot of time. You're really able to do kind of the electronic footwork for them. Is that important to you to make sure that you're offering things that will be a great fit, obviously saving your time and their time as well?
Yeah, one of our things that we like to do with our search is that we input everyone into the MLS, which is the most accurate, the fastest. It's our real estate, our co-op for the realtors in Colorado. And so when we create these searches for people and we're utilizing that technology, we concierge our search. And what that looks like is that we actually look at every house that we see before we send it to our buyers to make sure that it actually fits their needs and it's what they're looking for. So we're making sure that they're not looking at, when there's such limited inventory, we don't want to send you 40 homes that don't make sense. We want to send you the 5 that do so that you can prioritize seeing those in person as soon as possible. So we utilize that technology and take it to the next level with that concierge service and making sure that we're really there as a human, not just as a website.
That is great. I mean, obviously, buying a first home, upgrading, relocating, this is an exciting time. People have fun doing this, but yet, at the same time, if you don't know where to start, it can be overwhelming. Is it important for you to take, especially a newbie person who's buying a home here in Denver, kind of by the hand and give them some peace of mind so they can kind of enjoy the process?
Yeah, we have a process set up for people that are experienced as buyers, but also for people that are new. I wish that this was a really easy process for everybody. I really do. But in this crazy market where there's just not that much inventory, it's really important that someone who's a first-time home buyer understands what they're getting into, has proper expectations, and really gets to know the process and feel familiar with it. It's so scary to walk into a house and say, oh, today is the day I'm offering. I have no choice because the market's moving so fast. So we really want to make sure that they're prepared ahead of time.
That is interesting. We've spoken a lot about the residential side, both buying and selling. What about for folks out there from an investment standpoint? I mean, it's less emotional for them. We're talking about knowing how to crunch the numbers. Your background in finance has to come in pretty handy when it comes to crunching that for folks. Tell me about it.
We work with a lot of people right now that are looking for long-term and short-term rentals. And so what we saw in 2009 through 2012, a lot of people, 40% of the offers that were made in cash. A lot of investors swooped in during that market and have held on to their properties since. And we're seeing a heavy increase in the value and the rental returns. And people assume that market suddenly disappeared and that now there's no more great deals, there's no more investment properties that are out there, and that couldn't be further from the truth. So what we're seeing right now is a lot of people that are able to buy a long-term investment, sit on it. They're still seeing 7 to 12% appreciation year over year. The rent return is fantastic. We see a lot of remodelers and flippers that are in this industry that we work with a ton of them, and we really try to maximize the value and talk about before and after. But in finding those kind of properties, you do need to use a true professional and someone who actually understands the market. And yeah, that finance piece does really play a role in that.
I believe that. So either short-term or long-term, real estate is still quite the investment tool. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. First of all, on the website, learn a little bit more about the team. We're talking about basically years and years of experience right here, be it residential, commercial, investment, relocating to the Denver area. This is a team that will basically find the right price for your home, put it on the market it out there, and make sure at the end of the day you understand that you're working with a team of professionals. Let me ask you this. As a Denver native, raising your family here, it seems like it's important for you to give back to the community. Share with me a little bit about that piece of the success formula for you.
Yeah, it is really important, and altruism is a huge part of what we do. And, in real estate, I feel like if you're not giving back, you're doing it wrong. And so what that looks like is that for every time that we work with someone, we give a portion of our closing to a charity. And so we have all of our clientele pick our charity of the month each and every month. And we've done Habitat for Humanity, the Leukemia Foundation. We have done the Dumb Friends League. We've got a lot of people who work at the Denver Zoo, and so we've done a lot of animal ones. But our goal is to be able to utilize what we're doing in a positive way and to make sure that we're giving back to the community. And so that charity aspect is huge. And, and it's really nice in talking to all of our team. Each one of them has charities that are really important to them, and they broadcast it to the world. And I think that this is a really great platform to be able to do it.
A great platform. You mentioned earlier you were looking for something that was a little more tangible. Nothing more tangible than handing over a set of keys to somebody, maybe to their first home. You seem to love this industry. Not only are you ever learning, ever growing, but you're also associating yourselves with a group of like-minded individuals. Does this continue to be rewarding for you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to be able to just support your family. So in being able to take it from supporting my family to helping families in general, then to be able to give back and really build on that ladder, yeah, it's absolutely rewarding.
That is excellent. Last time, viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. Once again, you're going to see the website. On the website, you're going to see all the different services they provide for you out there. Make sure and check out their testimonials. You're going to see that this is a company not only serving people for the first time, but also they have repeat coming back every year, finding the next big home they're looking for, maybe downsizing, or many different areas that you're basically involved in the real estate market. Once again, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. That is BSW Real Estate Group, Denver made simple. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.